Hidden in the quiet countryside stands one of the most mysterious and beautiful abandoned mansions I've ever explored. During its heyday, it was considered one of the grandest homes in the world and has a history that stretches back hundreds of years, full of power, wealth, war, and tragedy. In the 17th century, one of the most wealthy families in the country settled on the land and built their first estate. However, during the Irish Rebellion of 1798, it was attacked, shelled, and burned to the ground. But their story doesn't end there. In the early 1800s, they built a new mansion, even larger than before, including imported chandeliers and marble floors, over 15 bedrooms, a private chapel, a library filled with rare books, and even more. Later on in the 19th century, the family became very well known as they became members of parliament, military officers, and politicians. Banquets and parties were held inside the mansion with some of the most powerful people in the world. However, soon, due to hardships, it was sold and turned into a boarding school in the 1930s until it closed in the 1980s. When yet another family bought it to live inside privately. They took care of it the best they could, but as the years passed, it became too much to handle, and it started to fall apart. In 2018, they finally left for good, leaving the already decayed mansion with everything left behind, even luxury cars around the property. Other explorers have told me there is even a Titanic ticket in the bedroom upstairs. But exploring this place will not be easy, as the owner's son patrols the property armed and will fire at anyone he sees. So come along with me as we venture inside and see what's left. So here's the first little area. We could already see like a historic sign and then a kind of horse sculpture. Kind of hard to see, but we have an old Mercedes, tractor, a few other vehicles. We will explore the many cars and trucks on the property after we check out the mansion. We have to climb this big fence, barbed wire all over. Now here's the outside of this place here, and it really shows you how big it actually is. It's 3 floors and it goes back so far. All right, folks, so for this exploration, I thought there was no better place to start off than the main foyer right here. Can you imagine living here and seeing this every single day? Imagine this before it was abandoned. And the very interesting thing about this room is that it was actually a courtyard once upon a time. And they built the staircase and the ceiling later on. So you can imagine these pillars and the arches and just sky above with no roof. And look what we're stepping on. This incredible pattern tiling right here. Imagine this when it was still clean, when there was no dirt. And on this side, we even have a small altar. It kind of goes up a step, but now it's just completely collapsed. I can imagine beautiful paintings all over the walls, and it's literally falling apart. Just the brick behind it is left. I can't believe it's all mossy and green now. This is one of the most apocalyptic abandoned places I've ever seen, and everything is left behind as well. Like, look at this. The detail on the handrail here even goes down. And we have the red carpet going up the middle, and then it splits at the top to go to both wings of this house. So folks, with that incredible decay also comes a very big hazard for us. Look at the ceilings here. It's literally falling apart, especially over there. And that's what we have to walk on when we go to the second floor. This is such a dangerous exploration. And look at this, so many pieces of the ceiling already fell. So this could happen at any time, any point. thought something just fell. And it's very, very creepy because there's so much wind outside. And it's making so many noises everywhere. And look up there. It's pretty much like a miniature section of what we're standing under right now with the pillars and the molding. Look at that stained glass, how beautiful that is. And that's all natural lighting up there too. This is all definitely handmade, hand carved right here. Would cost a lot of money. And I betcha this granite and marble is imported from all around the world. I mean, the people that lived here weren't just rich, they were unfathomably wealthy. It's literally frozen in time. Here we have a better view of the floor here, the pattern. And look at this. There's still plaques hanging on the wall. They haven't fallen yet. And here we are under the stairs. Little boiler area. And now as we go down this hallway, we're gonna check this out last. But just to show you guys now, it's just hallways and hallways of rooms with everything left. And you can see there's paintings and plates and little decorations still hanging up. But just imagine coming into the house and walking in here and seeing this. Just such a crazy view. It's so sad, left behind to decay. So this is the wing we're gonna start off on first. And mind you, it is extremely dangerous. As I said before, any of this could fall at any point. There were these studs kind of protecting it, but they're not holding up anything at this point. We're gonna try to be pretty quick here, kind of get to the other side. All right. And right here looks to be a dining hall. I can see a lot of chairs, tables, of expensive silverware. We're gonna save that for later though. I do want to go along this hallway over here first.
What's up, dude?
This place is insane. I don't even know how to describe it.
Wait, you haven't gotten there. There are 3 rooms that are gonna blow you away. Insane.
Oh, really?
Library right over there. Couches, taxidermy, family photos. There's a kitchen there with a bar and a dining room right there where the family probably dined. They were constantly served stuff from the bar that leads to the kitchen. It's really crazy.
Wow. All right, let's check that out. And I think right down this hallway, that big one door is the main door. So that's where you walk in for the first time. Look at these grand hallways. So tall, maybe 15-foot ceilings. And that detail in the arches here. That could be real gold lining. But I think it's copper because it's kind of fading into green now. But let's check out this first room here. This is gents. We can see the door hasn't moved in a long time because there's cobwebs growing all over it. Looks to be some sort of bathroom here. Very, very small one. Kind of as soon as you walk in the house. Looks like this could have been an old sink or maybe no, a toilet. I guess it got outdated and they just, removed that, and we still have the places to put your coats, umbrellas, and those are still there, of course. But yeah, this is just a generic bathroom, I suppose. Not really gonna spend too much time in here. I love how the paintings are still hanging on the wall after all these years. And this looks like it would have been the sink. 1, 2, 3, it looks like. Now it's just covered in this taxidermy. Anyway, let's get out of this room, go back to the main hallway. And now we have this group of rooms here. Kind of as soon as you walk in the house, this is what you see. Let's start with this one. This one's amazing. Look at this. It's like a forest here. Oh my gosh. I think this was a courtyard, a little walkway outside. And now it's a forest. There's vegetation and leaves, plants growing everywhere. And it leads downstairs to the basement too. But I mean, look at this. It's like a whole ecosystem. There's just spider crawling around. There's things still hanging up on that wall there. And this flooring, it's very, very hard to see because of all this, decay. But this is a glimpse of it here. It's very similar to the foyer. And now this room is called the General's Room. Right there, they even labeled the different rooms here. The whole kind of framing around it is just the wood to match the door. So we'll check that out later on. But this is what you see when you first walk in the house. One of the most incredible rooms here. My apologies for the lighting. I know it's quite dark in here, but that's the first thing you see, just that beautiful stained glass. There's thorns that kind of broke through it. And I love how they weren't destroyed by vandals or anything. And they're casting a beautiful colored lighting inside this room. Now, this used to be a library, definitely where you bring guests in for the first time. Kind of their first impression of the house is this. This whole flooring is this red carpet. And it looks like they had individual kind of mats around that. But let's go to the front door first, and then we'll explore that a little bit more. So probably maybe 10-foot doors right here. You kind of open this, and you have this kind of mud room over here. Looks like that's a photo of someone in the family that graduated. And on this side, they had space to put their walking canes, their umbrellas, all of that. And look at how long this door has been closed for. And this flooring too, real expensive stuff, I bet. Incredible tiling. And even on the second door, they even custom made this glass here. Imagine making these in the 1800s or whenever this house was built. Would have been extremely expensive. And so this is the view you see when you first walk in here. These plants are fake, by the way. But yeah, and we have books lining the walls here, and they haven't been disrupted by vandals or anything. They're still lining the walls, frozen in time. I love the couches going around. There's a big variety of them. Oh my gosh, look at that. A taxidermied animal is now rotting away. So many wine bottles. Antlers. And let's see some of these books. The annual register. Folks, and look at this date here. 1785. There's so much history in this house. That one, 1797. We even have some little trinkets, plates, that camel over there. I love how this room is still pretty well preserved. No ceilings, maybe 20 feet. With that molding above. Definitely a real fireplace here. This is a nice one for sure. And a lot of space for knickknacks. That could be real gold even. There's a fair chance of that. And these look like the family photos that Kaiser was telling us about. Books everywhere here. It's like a pheasant, a pigeon, so many animals, different ones that are taxidermied. I still can't get over the stained glass. It looks like it says Certavi et Vici. And it looks like all the windows behind the shader here might have been stained glass as well. Or just regular glass, I'm not completely sure. Imagine the worth of that gold plate. We have some checks from the Allied Irish banks. And it's quite interesting, this door actually leads to nowhere. That's pretty funny. Maybe it's a secret door. But again, this room is just honestly mind-blowing. That was like a really cool beer cup. And look at how old this Coca-Cola can is. Really shows you. And the sun has kind of wore the color off too. Now let's continue on going. As soon as you walk in, you make a left. We have this room right here. List of people, probably important ones.
And that's from 1861. Oh my gosh, look at this room. We have a spiral staircase going upstairs to the second floor. And this room, which appears to be maybe a small kitchen, looks like that's what it was. I mean, the cops and cutlery lining the walls. Real old stuff. And look at this magazine for cars. It's 2011. It's fairly recent, but I mean, they're all old cars, kind of showing the time. Bunch of unopened wine bottles. It's real interesting. This chair here, the detail on that. This is real neat. They're all different too. Imagine these shelves just lined up with wine bottles, real expensive ones too. This red wallpaper going around matches the blinds too. Old coffee maker, radiator, some old stuff. Now let's see here if we can go to the second floor. This is quite a squeeze. Yeah, if I can't stand upright, I have to pretty much crouch down this whole time. Yep, definitely nothing. That was kind of saddening. Just a little, looks like a little pantry storage area. Some chandeliers, some old knickknacks, cups and glasses. And looking out these windows, folks, look at this. It's the courtyard right there. See how beautiful this place is? Imagine driving up that driveway, parking up right by the front door. Now let's keep going. Here we have the gentleman's room that we saw the door for. And this looks like a dining room. Or, you know, a gentleman's room. Yeah, I presume a servant could stand here. You know, make drinks, make some food. We even have olives. So many old things here. Even the cups still lining the ceiling. There's another view of the bar, another perspective. Oh my gosh. I stepped on this and the whole floor kind of caved down a little bit. This is so dangerous. If I fall, it's like a 12-foot drop to the basement. This is really scary, guys. So this looks like the lady that was in the main entranceway. So those are probably the parents, the people that lived here. Wow, imagine living here. Huge windows, 10-foot windows, all boarded up now. Imagine the natural light this place will get. Gray molding, even by the chandelier. There's so much fallen, you know, old cutlery and stuff here. Wow, honestly could be gold. So many expensive knickknacks. This bottle is huge. Wow. So this is the door you get in for the first time. And so some people broke through that to get in here and take a look. Some more family photos. Maps. Look at that wall just decaying with black mold. And this is very dangerous because it's a little hard to see. But there's the carpet. But if you stand on it, you'll fall through. Some old plant here. All those knickknacks on the fireplace. Look at that crown there. It's really cool. This is such an incredible room. Now look at this too. Well, yeah, here we have the gentleman's room. All right, folks, but now let's continue moving on. Let's go to the beautiful dining hall that we saw before right here. Look at all this gold-plated things. Like silver cups and mugs. And the detail on the ceilings. There's even pillars kind of halfway through. The floors are buckling. It's so scary. Some knickknacks on the walls. The fireplace too. Real nice detail. But folks, the flooring is so dangerous. I want to walk over there so bad, I really do. That looks like it would have been a side door right over there. So back in the foyer here, pretty much this whole wall is just that dining room that we couldn't really explore too much of. So I do want to go all the way over here, see if there's like another entrance over there. Again, look at these ceilings, so dangerous. The whole kind of spiral collapsed. I'm really scared to go here. Let's do it. All right, we made it. Oh my gosh, look at this. Now this was a bathroom. And then down here, look at that emblem there. Wow. So now I do want to attempt to see if we can actually go upstairs to the second floor. Because I know it is very, very decayed, but it's worth a try because that's where the bedrooms are gonna be. It's not looking good. Look at all this decay. Let's see what we got. This is so sad too because everything is in those rooms. But look at the flooring here. It's literally collapsing. If we fall down, we're dead, literally. We can't even go to that floor either.
Since the floors are too dangerous to walk on now, we are going back in time a year when my friend Owen McNutt was here, and he was able to explore the second floor. His channel will be in the description.
And then this bedroom has the big 4-post bed, exercise bike. There's like 4 or 5 like formal dresses in there. All these fancy like lampshades and stuff. Huge painting. So this takes us in past all these weird like doll portraits. Takes us into the other master bedroom. So here we have another bedroom. And the lighting in here isn't great. And I don't have like my big proper torch. So apologies about this room. It is very dark. So then that takes us into like a walk-in wardrobe, and this thing is jammed with every item of clothing that you could think of, a million buttons. Oh, and this cool wee ensuite that doesn't quite reach the roof. Like it's just a wee cubicle. 2018 this is from.
So now we got the other side here. I assume it's gonna be the same deal, unfortunately. Really scary walking on here. Literally a hole in the floor. Oh my gosh. There's hallways and hallways of bedrooms. Here's another view of the foyer. Wow. This is crazy. Reminds me of like the Titanic. So now there's this other wing on the left side of the foyer I want to check out. It's actually cleaner here. A better view of the pattern, but here's this hallway. Yeah, so many rooms kind of going by. Be cool to check out. Oh my gosh. Shot glasses and fake plants and whatnot. But I love how the paintings and pictures are still hanging up. It's really cool. I'm surprised they haven't fallen. Looks like a little workshop. Actually smells like oil in here, like a garage. But with a British flag over there, I think. Some other tools and knickknacks. They're all still hanging up. Now this flooring seems to be concrete, so I don't think we're falling through here, which is good. Here we have a painting of Jesus. So I presume they were, religious. Here's the other side of this room. Wow, never gets old. It looks like there could have been a staircase going up there. Maybe a walkway. Now look at this. Probably some family. That's a shame he died. And what is this? Very pretty stuff here. So many bottles of alcohol everywhere. Whoa, and all the cups and china and whatnot. Holy cow. It's really cool. Some old letters, things like that. Wallpaper too, real interesting. Let's see what's here. Oh, there's actually a stairway. Well, maybe we could go up here to go to the second floor, I wonder. I really hope so, guys. Let's see. Well, this looks pretty badly collapsed as well. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, it goes up to the third floor too. Oh, wow. Look at those rooms. That would be the wing that we'd want to go to. I might call Kaiser over there to go with me. I do not want to go there alone in case I fall or something. Now what do we got here? Looks like a kitchen all the way back there. Very tall ceilings too. Whoa, laundry room. That type of stuff. Yeah, these look like a bunch of showers, maybe for the servants. Definitely. Oh, a kitchen. Look at this. This is nice. Completely collapsed too. What? The food is still left in the fridge. How do you leave like this? They really took nothing with them. What could have happened here? Now that can't be right. 2018. No way. That's really weird. No way all this decay happened in like 7 years. Candles, really old ones. Now, we were just in that wing over here. So now we have these rooms to check out too. Power from kitchen. Whoa. Looks like some living room. There's an old piano, golf bag. This one's really decayed too. Some old knickknacks. There's so many cups over there too. But imagine this room in its heyday, with the windows open, so much light coming in. And now this is the area we actually came inside from. And you could see how collapsed it is over there. But look, there's even a head and a bunch of other things, but so decayed and collapsed everywhere. We made it onto the courtyard. I have to be a little quiet here. There's tractor left behind. It's really a shame that people, broke, vandalized it. But it's been sitting here for a while as well. And this is definitely like the horse stables, like the servants' quarters, maybe just storage in general. But there's quite a few vehicles left behind. Look at this one here. Real classic. Oh my gosh. If you guys know what car this is, definitely let me know. There's even a Mercedes A170. Once again, it's a real shame that people, decided to destroy this. Look at all that. They're throwing bricks and rocks and stuff there. All the webs, jeez. Well, it's been here for a while. Probably since the mansion was abandoned. He scrapped a lot of it. Let's see what's in here. Oh, that's pretty cool. Kind of like a workshop area. There's a lot of hubcaps right over there for various cars. Well, here we have even more cars. We're to the side of the mansion here. So we have 3 Fords, it looks like. And from the looks of it, they've been here a long time, probably longer than the Mercedes. They're like swallowed into it. All, broken down. And to this side, we have the mansion. It's huge. And look over there, there's like statues and everything. Really shows you how nice the place actually is.
At this point, we encountered 2 other explorers who showed us some other interesting vehicles.
So here's the fire truck. Looks like it's been here for a while. Kind of 1940s maybe. Around that. The ropes and, probably tools inside are still left behind. Wow. Look at the inside here. It's all collapsed. Real old for sure. There's some more over here. This old van. And then yet another Ford. Left to decay. Just like the ones out front. Wow, this one's a beauty. Oh, it's even more. Oh, wow. Probably another Ford. Ford family.
Mercedes, that's what they say.
Mercedes, oh wow.
Walking back through the overgrown driveway, it's hard not to think about how much life once filled these halls. Generations rose and fell here. Power, celebration, heartbreak, and silence all under the same roof. Now, it's all forgotten and abandoned, and it reminds us how quickly time can erase even the grandest legacies. And someday, stories like this may be all that is left.